Imagine, for a second, a place that seems sculpted from sunlight and sea, like a string of pearls scattered across the turquoise canvas of the Indian Ocean. You know the pictures. White sand, vibrant reefs, a kind of peace that feels a world away. This is the Maldives we all dream of. But beneath that perfect surface, the fate of the entire nation hangs on just one single, stark number. 1.5 meters. That's it. That's the average height of the land above the sea. And that one number, well, it changes everything. It transforms this paradise escape into one of the most vulnerable places on Earth, a country that's literally in a race against the rising tide. So this breathtaking beauty, it's hiding a really fragile secret. You see, the Maldives is the world's lowest lying country. It's a place where the line between solid ground and the endless ocean is beautifully and dangerously thin. And the scale of this vulnerability is just staggering. We're not talking about a few low-lying beaches here. Over 80% of the entire country sits less than a single meter above the waves. This kind of extreme geography puts the Maldives right on the front lines of the climate crisis. It's like they're the canary in the coal mine for the rest of us. To really wrap your head around just how precarious the Maldives is, you have to understand its unique makeup. This is a nation where the sea isn't just a border, it's the very fabric of life. The fundamental building block of the Maldives is something called an atoll. These are these incredible ring-shaped formations built from the skeletons of ancient marine life piled up over countless thousands of years. They're the fragile foundations that an entire nation is built on. And the numbers here are just mind-boggling. You have almost 1,200 islands scattered across 90,000 square kilometers of ocean, and yet their total landmass is smaller than many cities. It's truly an ocean kingdom, a territory that is, get this, over 99% water. You know, this deep connection between the land and the culture is woven right into its name. The ancient Sanskrit Maladwipa captures it perfectly. It means a garland of islands, which is such a beautiful, poetic way to picture it, just floating in the vastness of the Indian Ocean. For centuries, this garland of islands was a key player in global trade, and the way its economy has evolved, well, it's a pretty remarkable story. The shift has just been massive. The Maldives was once known as the Money Isles because its cowrie shells were actually used as currency all across Asia and Africa. Fast forward to today, and that ancient trade has been replaced by a powerful modern engine, a tourism industry that pulls in nearly a third of the country's entire economy. The big turning point really came in 1972, with the opening of the very first resort. What started as just a trickle of adventurous tourists quickly turned into a flood, transforming a nation that once relied on fishing into one of the world's most famous luxury destinations. But beneath the calm surface of this tourist paradise, there's a really complex political history, a long and often rocky journey from an ancient monarchy to a modern republic. I mean, this political story spans over 2.5 millennia. It started with early kingdoms, which then gave way to a sultanate that lasted for almost 900 years. The centuries after that brought British protection, then full independence in 1965, and finally the birth of a fragile, multi-party democracy, and that was only in 2008. In that transition to democracy, it was anything but simple. The nation has had to deal with political instability, attempted coups, and intense power struggles. The democracy they have today is very recent, and it was a hard-won, precious achievement. And so, that brings us right back to where we started. Now that we understand its unique geography, its vibrant economy, and its newly forged democracy, we can really feel the true weight of what's at stake as the ocean just keeps on rising. Back in 2012, the nation's president sent out this incredibly stark warning, a cry for help that really echoed around the globe. And while that specific timeline was meant to convey the desperate urgency of the moment, the fundamental threat, well, it's only gotten more severe. But the Maldives is not a passive victim here, not at all. Faced with a threat to its very existence, this small island nation has become a giant on the world stage of climate activism, demanding that the world pay attention. Their response has been as unique as their geography. In 2009, the government held the world's first ever underwater cabinet meeting. I mean, think of that visual, a powerful, silent plea for survival. They've pledged to become carbon neutral, and they've even explored the heartbreaking idea of buying land in another country, kind of an ultimate insurance policy against being completely wiped out. This really gets to the profound human cost. This isn't just about losing territory. It's about the potential extinction of a national identity, of a home. It's about that deep, deep desire to avoid becoming the world's first climate refugees. So ultimately, the story of the Maldives leaves us with this profound and unsettling question. What happens to a people when their land, the very foundation of their 2,500-year-old culture, threatens to just disappear beneath the waves? Their fight isn't just for their own survival, it's a warning for all of us.